U.S. debt toll overtakes Italy as world's highest. The United States has now overtaken Italy to have the highest debt toll from coronavirus in the world. The latest data compiled by Johns Hopkins University shows more than 20,000 people in the U.S. have now died. The green milestone comes shortly after the U.S. became the first nation to record more than 2,000 virus deaths in a single day. The governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, said on Saturday the state's death toll appeared to be stabilizing, announcing a 24-hour figure of 783 new deaths. He noted the last several days had seen around the same number. That is not an all-time high, and you can see that the number is somewhat stabilizing, but it is stabilizing at a horrific rate, Mr. Como said. These are just incredible numbers depicting incredible loss and pain. New York State has become the epicenter of the outbreak in the U.S., recording more than 180,000 of the country's nearly 530,000 cases. As of Saturday, every single U.S. state has declared a disaster in response to the outbreak. In other developments on Saturday, a further 917 deaths were recorded in the United Kingdom, bringing the national total to 9,875. The Queen released an Easter message in which she says coronavirus will not overcome us. The Spanish Health Ministry reported. In other developments, on Saturday, a further 917 deaths were recorded in the United Kingdom, bringing the national total to 9,875. The Queen released an Easter message in which she says coronavirus will not overcome us. The Spanish Health Ministry reported 510 further deaths, the lowest number recorded there for almost 3 weeks. Deaths in France and Italy increased, but numbers of patients in intensive care dropped again. There are reports that the Indian Prime Minister has agreed to extend lockdown measures. More than 100,000 have now died with the virus around the world since the pandemic broke out in China in December. What is the latest across the U.S.? As early Sunday, Italy had reported 19,468 coronavirus deaths, while the U.S. had 20,608 according to the Johns Hopkins study. There are now at least 529,951 recorded cases of COVID-19 across the U.S. Dr. Anthony Fauci, U.S. infectious disease chief, has said the country is starting to see the leveling off and coming down of cases and deaths, but says mitigation efforts such as social distancing should not be pulled back yet. Federal social distancing recommendations issued by President Donald Trump are currently in place until 30 April. The president is facing twin pressures from the outbreak, with at least 16 million jobs lost in recent weeks as virus restrictions cripple the country's economy. He said on Friday that a new council made up of business and medical figures would be announced next week to help him with the biggest decision I've ever had to make on when to relax measures. It comes on Congress continues to spar over the next stage of COVID-19 financial relief. Democrats want a new proposed $250 billion bill to help small businesses, to also allow for additional funding for hospitals and local governments. But on Saturday, the two top Republicans in Congress, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy rejected the demand. In a statement, they described the move as a reckless threat which blocked job saving funding.